All right, and welcome back to Whiteboard Gematria. I'm your host, Allison. Let's get to it.
Fort Smith School Board officially decides to rename Albert Pike Elementary School. In a 6-1 vote, the new name will be Park Elementary. Now, the school is at the intersection of Park Avenue and Albert Pike Avenue, so that's where the name comes from. The decision comes after concerns about General Albert Pike's history as a Confederate military leader. Now, he also had oppressive writings about black suffrage. The school was founded in the early 1950s, and the board says this new change is a step in the right direction.
For us at this point in time, in this juncture in history, I think it's important for us to make a decision that will align for the next 200 years to come.
Now, no changes will be made immediately, and the school's mascot will still be the Panther. In the meantime, the Fort Smith Board of Directors adopted a revised policy for the naming of city buildings and streets, so that now clears the way to rename Albert Pike Avenue. Now, in the new section about renaming streets, the revised policy states doing so is strongly discouraged. The policy goes on to say that streets named after people should not be changed. That is, unless it's discovered their personal character would not be in the best interest of the community.
And what would be wrong with the character, the personal character of such a, well-to-do man? I mean, he's obviously a pinnacle of health, so much wisdom. I mean, his character is on trial here, and as a proud and responsible Mason. He wrote, "That which we must say to the crowd is, we worship God, but it is the God that one adores without superstition. To you, Sovereign Grand Inspectors General, we say this, that you may repeat it to the brethren of the 32nd, 31st, and 30th degrees. The Masonic religion should be, by all of us initiates of the high degrees, maintained in the purity of the Luciferian doctrine. If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai Jesus culminate, spread false and harmful statements about him? Yes, Lucifer is God." General Albert Pike. Now, what would be the problem with this guy's character representing for a elementary school? I wonder. Albert Pike, the father of Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, author of Morals and Dogma. Now, it's a good time for us to have a quick reminder of how long this planned revolution against this one world system. So, again, I've been saying for quite some time that this whole thing is a contrived event to create two groups so that we'll go through this, and then it's all going to be exposed, and we're going to rise up against the powers that be, and we're going to overthrow it. It's in my video Grand Deception, and I've been talking about it for a while. And here's another reminder with Mr. Albert Pike about the planned goings on that will lead us to revolt against the rulers of this world, and then they will be handed into a new world order. So, just a reminder, the Third World War must be fermented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenter of the Illuminati between the political Zionist and the leader of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the State of Israel, will mutually destroy one another. So the basis for World War III is going to be between Zionism and Islam. We will also see Russia get brought in to defend, and China to get in to defend Islam, and the European nations once again. We'll see the whole Axis and Allies set up, and we'll see them set their teams, and it's going to be behind Zionism versus Islam. Now that's going to lead the world, so the other nations we can see, into a different state. So meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to the fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. So we're going to be pushed into war We're going to be pushed into economic exhaustion. Spiritual, physical, and morally, we're going to be constrained to, you know, all that language is there. Then we continue on. Then everywhere the citizens, then everywhere you and me, will be obliged to defend ourselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, against the world rulers, the minorities, the revolutionaries. The citizens will exterminate those destroyers of civilizations, the Freemasons, the ones that are being exposed for us all to see, to say, hey, look, the people in power are corrupt. We need to go and tear down the buildings. They are the destroyers of civilizations, the infiltrators that will move in and create the conspiracy in order to expose to us the conspiracy. And now we're to react, and then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. This manifestation will result from the reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. So we're going to see the citizens rise up against the destroyers of the civilization, the conspiracy, and destroy it and tear it all down and show and prove that Christianity is a farce. And there's going to be a reactionary movement which is going to follow, in which they're going to prove that Christianity is wrong by replacing it with the true doctrine, which will prove that God exists, destroying atheism, but also destroying Christianity, and the world will become united into one new religion of acceptance, and they will love and cherish this new one world system, because they will have destroyed the evildoers, destroyed the evil religion, destroyed all the mind control, destroyed the unbelievers, and then they will have their one world, the new world order, after we tear down the walls for them. Yeah, I know people say Albert Pike's letter was fake. Well, fake or not, it's pretty accurate. Just thought we all needed a reminder. And it's interesting that, this revolutionary world movement has been the core behind this forever. Unite the world as one. One world order. Remember, if you go onto the left because of fear, you're going to die. And if you go onto the right because if you do, it's fear, you're going to die. We can't participate in that. We got to spread truth. We got to spread light. We got to spread love. And we got to get away from the stampede and start these communities in which we can start to rely upon ourselves and remove ourselves from the situation. The stampede is on both sides. There's no stopping it now, but we do have the opportunity to prepare and get ready for what's going to need to happen to keep us and, the goodness that we are part of alive. So to those of you who are blessed by God, continue to do what it is that you're doing. And just listen, love, obey, and be faithful. From our Father, the great creator of all things, who is judge of this world, who owns everything, who is in control of everything, who provokes this into being, loves you and has set you aside for great things. So accept his love, accept his gift, and walk in the freedoms of knowing that if he be for you, if the creator of all things, who can make man from dust, be for you, who and what can be against you? Wherever you are, I hope this finds you well. God bless.